Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're tackling Leetcode problem 3719, longest balanced subarray 1. This is a medium-level problem, but don't let that scare you. It's actually a really good exercise in understanding subarrays and managing simple state. We're going to break it down step by step so you can fully understand the logic. First, let's understand exactly what the problem is asking. We are given a list of integers called nums. We need to find the length of the longest subarray that is considered balanced. Now, the definition of balanced here is very specific. A subarray is balanced if the number of distinct even numbers inside it is exactly equal to the number of distinct odd numbers. Notice the emphasis on distinct. That means if you have the number 2 appearing 5 times, it still only counts as one distinct even number. Let's look at an example to make this crystal clear. Suppose our input list nums is 3, 2, 2, 5, 4. If we look at the entire array as our subarray, let's count the distinct numbers. For odds we have 3 and 5, that's 2 distinct odd numbers. For evens, we have 2, and another 2, and a 4. Since we only care about distinct values, we count the 2 just once. So our distinct evens are 2 and 4, which gives us a count of 2. Since 2 equals 2, the whole array is balanced, and the length is 5. Let's briefly look at a trickier one, 1, 2, 3, 2. You might think, oh, maybe 1, 2, 3 works? Well, the odds are 1 and 3, so that's 2 odds. The even is just 2, so that's 1 even. 2 does not equal 1, so that's not balanced. But if we shift over and look at 2, 3, 2, the distinct even is just 2. The distinct odd is just 3. 1 distinct even equals 1 distinct odd. That works. So the longest length here is 3. Just a quick heads up. We'll be walking through the logic and solution using Python first because it's very readable. But don't worry if that's not your main language. I'll be showing the full code for Java, C++, and JavaScript towards the end of the video, so stick around for that. So how do we solve this? Since this is subarray 1 and the constraints allow it, the most straightforward way is a brute force approach. The idea is simple. We just check every single possible subarray. We can use a nested loop, where the outer loop picks the starting point, and the inner loop expands the subarray to the right, one element at a time. As we add numbers, we keep track of how many distinct odds and evens we've seen so far. Before we get into the code, let's talk about the real reason people fail at Leetcode. It's not because they can't reverse a linked list, it's because they break their daily streak. I built my daily to-do specifically to solve this. You can set Solve Daily Leetcode as a routine task. This means it reminds you to complete your routine tasks every day. It's a dedicated system to force you to be consistent, which I also use to remind myself to upload these videos every day. If you're watching this channel, you're trying to improve, so this tool makes sure you actually show up to do it. I also want to be 100% transparent about how this app will grow. I am an indie developer, not a big corporation. I will never take away a free feature you already use. Core features like repeating tasks remain free forever. However, as I add new server-heavy features, they will be part of the premium plan to help cover the costs of running the app. Also, the price of premium will go up every time I ship a major new feature. So the best time to get involved is right now, while it's early. Check it out at the link in the description. Okay, we've talked about the big picture and the logic. Now let's see what this looks like as actual code. I'll put the full solution up on the screen first, and don't worry. After that, we'll walk through the most important sections together. Alright, here is the full Python code for the brute force approach. It's quite compact. We have our class structure, our main function, and the nested loops we talked about. Take a quick look, and then we'll break it down piece by piece in the next few slides. First, let's look at the setup. We initialize a variable called maxLen to 0. This will hold our final answer. Then, we start our outer loop with the variable I. This I represents the starting position of our subarray. Inside this loop, critically, we create 2 empty dictionaries, one called odd and one called even. We reset these every time I moves, because we are starting a fresh set of subarrays, beginning at that new position. Now comes the inner loop. We have a variable j that starts at I and goes to the end of the list. This represents the end of our current subarray. Inside, we check if the number at position j is odd. We do this using the bitwise AND operator with 1. If it's odd, we add it to our odd dictionary. If it's even, we add it to the even dictionary. By using a dictionary, if we see the same number twice, it just updates the count, but the number of keys remains the number of distinct elements. Finally, after adding the new number, we check our condition. We ask, Is the number of keys in our odd dictionary equal to the number of keys in our even dictionary? If they are equal, it means our current subarray is balanced. We then calculate the length of this subarray by taking j minus I plus 1, and we update maxlen if this new length is bigger than what we've seen before. So how efficient is this? Well, we have a nested loop where I goes from 0 to n, and j goes from I to n. This means we are iterating roughly n squared times. So the time complexity is big O of n squared. For space complexity, in the worst case, our dictionaries might need to store all the unique numbers in the list, so that gives us a space complexity of big O of n. Alright, that covers the solution in Python. As promised, for those of you who code in other languages, I'm about to show the full solutions for Java, C++, and JavaScript. I won't be breaking these down line by line, but the logic is exactly the same: nested loops and sets to track distinct values. Just pause the video on your language of choice to check it out. Alright, as promised, here is the full solution in Java. We use hash sets here instead of dictionaries, since we only really care about the unique items. You can pause the video here to take a closer look at the implementation. Next up, here is the C++ version of the solution. We use unordered sets here to achieve the same result efficiently. Again, feel free to pause and review the code. And finally, here is the solution in JavaScript. We use the built-in set object. Hopefully seeing it in a few different languages helps solidify the concepts. So, let's wrap it up. The key takeaway here is reading the problem carefully. Distinct is the magic word that tells us to use sets. We used a brute force approach because it's simple and fits within the time limits for this version of the problem. And always remember to reset your state when you start checking a new potential subarray. Also, if you're looking for even more Leetcode problems beyond the daily challenge, I've started a second channel called Leetcode Unlocked. It's where I'll be posting solutions to a ton of other problems, so if you're serious about your interview prep, be sure to check it out. The link is in the description below. Hope this Leetcode solution breakdown made sense. If it helped, give that like button a click, maybe subscribe for more, or drop a comment if you have questions. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you know straight away when I upload a video, because I upload videos daily. If you want to support the channel, a few people have asked how I plan my solutions. I'm a big fan of sketching out the logic and data structures on a tablet before I code. It really helps. I've put affiliate links in the description to the tablet I use and a few other good options. Using those links doesn't cost you anything extra but really helps me out. Or, if you're feeling generous, there's always the Boba Fund. Keep coding and I'll catch you in the next one.